Welcome to Keeping It Real with KC. I am your host, KC Phoenix. All right, Pisces, you are up. This is the mid-month April energy reading. Okay, so now I got to get some of this stuff out of the way. kirwkc.com, main podcasting platform. The podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, Bullhorn, Overcast, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and several other podcasting platforms. Also, KIRWKC on all the social media platforms if you want to follow on social media. As for tarot, I do not read reversals. I read energy. So wherever the energy goes, that's where I go. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Also, there is no gender in tarot. If I'm talking about a Queen of Wands or a King of Swords or an Emperor or an Empress, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm talking about a male or a female. I'm just saying that you or the individual could embody that type of energy, is what I'm saying. Now, for the mid-month energy readings, I usually pull 3 main cards and then a 4th card as an overall message. Before I do anything, I do a pre-shuffle. On the main deck, I pulled the Empress, which is good. Empress is about abundance. Empress can also mean pregnancy. I'm not really picking up pregnancy, but it's a possibility. And then the second card was the Chariot that I pulled. The Chariot, which that is a Cancerian card. You could be dealing with the Cancer. But Chariot is also a victory card. So you could be headed towards victory, or you could be headed away from something. Also, you could be considering purchasing a car. You could be considering traveling right now. Even though what's going on in the world, yes, travel could be on your mind right now. In the clarifying deck, I pulled the King of Wands and the King of Swords. So, King of Wands is fire energy, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius, an Aries, or a Leo. King of Swords is air energy. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra, is what you could be dealing with. Now, this is the thing. I was sort of reading this 2 ways, where this individual could embody both types of energies, where they could embody a King of Swords energy and a King of Wands energy. That was one way I was reading it. The main way I was reading it is that you have 2 individuals interested in you. Also, the energy that I was picking up with you being an Empress energy, you appreciate the attention, but you're more than likely not that interested in something serious. As in, you're ready to get in your chariot and go off in the other direction. Now, and the other thing too, with the King of Wands, that individual, they more than likely stimulate you on a physical level, because King of Wands is a very passionate individual. So whether this person is male or female, they embody the King of Wands energy. They stimulate you on a physical level. It's very passionate. But the King of Swords is more of the intellectual. Not saying that the King of Wands is, not smart. The King of Wands is actually very intelligent. But when it comes to stimulation, the King of Swords is all about communication and the mind. The King of Swords usually knows the right things to say. They're very good with their words. So for the King of Swords, the other person that you're dealing with may stimulate you intellectually, where you can call them up and have a telephone conversation, and before you know it, you've already been on the phone with them for 15, 20 to 30 minutes, and it's felt like maybe 5 minutes. That type of thing. However, I feel if this is a relationship type thing, you're not getting what you're receiving. By relationship, a romantic relationship. You're not getting what you're receiving from both parties, meaning one is only able to give you the physical and one is only able to give you the intellectual, but they can't give you both, is what it is. Meaning the physical doesn't come with the intellectual, and the intellectual doesn't come with the physical stimulation, which is one reason why you're possibly not interested in either one of them right now, if this is a romantic thing. Also, with the Empress, please keep in mind, because another thing that went through my head too, with the Chariot, because the Chariot is the fastest moving card in the deck. If things get hot and heavy with someone, just keep in mind with the Empress showing up, the possibility of pregnancy is likely. So, male or female, you dealing with someone, the possibility of pregnancy is likely and will more than likely be unintended if you get hot and heavy where you wanted to protect yourself from a situation later on down the line, 9 months to be exact. But everything happens so fast that it's like, oh, okay, and then a few months later, you're like, oh, someone's pregnant. So just keep that in mind too, since the Empress showed up. But the Empress is still good for you, Pisces. Anyways, let me go ahead and get into this, to your reading. I'll use the clarifying deck if need be, but for most of the readings that I've been doing, I haven't even had to use the clarifying deck. I actually haven't had to use the clarifying deck, I don't think, for, I think I only used it for one reading, and that was it. Anyways, may I have 3 cards for Pisces for April, mid-month energy? May I have 3 cards for Pisces for April, mid-month energy? May I have 3 cards for Pisces for April, mid-month energy? Thank you. Wow. Yeah. May I have another thing? Wow. These came out together. Wow. Okay. I'm going to take these together. I'm going to count these 2 as 1. Okay. May I have one more card for Pisces? Thank you. And may I have the overall message that's needed for Pisces? Okay, this fell on the floor. Let's see what this is. I think Gemini got that. I'm pretty sure Gemini got that card too for the overall message. And that's interesting. Okay, let me get into this. 10 of Pentacles. Pisces, this goes back to Empress energy. You're very, very stable right now. You're not worried about anything. You're not bothered in the sense of material stuff. The Empress doesn't want for anything. And again, you can be male or female, it doesn't matter. The Empress doesn't want for anything. The Empress is abundance itself. So with that being said, the 10 of Pentacles here, this is the past and possibly the current energy is what this is. But more than likely, this is the past energy. And you've been on this wave of abundance where you haven't had to worry about material things. Now, and also 10 of Pentacles, Pentacles are earth energy. Maybe you've dealt with a Virgo, a Capricorn, or a Taurus. So let me throw that out there too. And we're about to go into Taurus season, starting next week, I believe. So yeah. Now, your current energy, these 2 cards came out together. The King of Swords and the 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords is sleepless nights, being in your head. King of Swords, air, and all swords are all air energy. So Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I believe that you really have been thinking about this Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini individual, whether it be male or female. And it's had you in your head because you connect with them so much on an intellectual level, because they stimulate your mind. But you know, in your heart of hearts, it more than likely, it isn't going to work. They're not going to be for you because they're not giving you everything that you need, is the thing. So Pisces, yeah. I feel like you might be stuck a little bit. Also, I tell you what, I can take this to another level too, as well, metaphorically, when it comes to the Chariot. For those of you who are looking for a car purchase, because again, Chariot can represent car purchase or travel. Let's do it on that level. Car purchase or travel. The King of Wands speaking could be the thing you're really passionate about for the car that you want to buy. It's the flashy car. And it's the car that you're like, oh yeah, if I get this, this is it. But it's not the most economical. King of Swords is about logic. King of Swords is about being practical. So maybe for some of you who are choosing a car right now, where you're looking at cars and you have certain cars in mind, and one car, you're like, oh, I love this car, but oh, look at the price. And then there's another car that you know will be the better car, the more dependable car, and the less expensive car, and will get you from point A to point B. But you really, really, really want the car that gets that passion going instead of the economic choice. It is what it is. That might have you in your head at night. 9 of Swords, King of Swords. So you can take it on that level. On a vacation level, on a travel level, you may want to travel to a certain place that costs more money, where you're looking to go to the islands. Because like I've mentioned in previous episodes, a lot of people are going south, because I know people who work for the airlines. A lot of people have been going south to visit the islands and go to Mexico and all this other stuff. So you may want to go to Jamaica, or go to St. Thomas or St. Lucia, or what have you. But your budget will only allow you to go to Florida. And, St. Lucia, St. Thomas, Jamaica, and all of that stuff is the King of Wands. It's what you're really passionate about. It's where you really want to go. That's where you know you're going to live your best life if you go there. But going to Florida is the more logical, more economic choice that will not hit your pocketbook as hard. Even though you can afford both, because you're the Empress. Don't forget, you're the Empress. So money isn't really a huge deal for you, but at the same time, you are monitoring what comes in, what goes out, is what you're doing. So if that resonates when it comes to cars, or if it comes to travel, then yeah, let that resonate. As for the energy that I'm picking up on this reading, I'm picking up that you are really trying to decide how you want to handle the situation, because you have two people who are interested in you. You're more interested in one person than the other, but you know that both of them do not fit your ideal match, is what it is. The good news is that the Three of Cups is showing in the future. This is celebration. So you're going to have something to celebrate about. Again, back to travel or buying a car. Three of Cups, that'll be something to celebrate about if you get a new car, or if you decide to go on vacation. You're going with some friends, a small group of friends that you trust. Three of Cups. That could be it. Or back to the relationship thing. You make a decision to get in your Chariot and go off in the other direction and celebrate with friends, and just tell both of them, hey, I don't want anything serious. And I honestly feel like one of them if not both. I feel it's more the King of Swords. That's why I think you're more in your feelings right now. I feel one of them really wants more of a commitment from you, but you just don't want to give it. You don't want to give it. But the end result is still going to be celebration. Three of Cups, which is water energy. Water energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Maybe you will celebrate with some fellow water signs and do that. The overall message is Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is working together. It can be recognition. It can also be starting a new project, starting a new job, working with people to build something more. So the overall message that I'm getting, and also Pentacles again, Earth energy, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. The overall message would be to focus on being with people that you can build with. Focus on being with people that you can build with. Someone who can bring something to the table. If it isn't the King of Wands or the King of Swords, that's fine. But the overall message is make sure that you are working with people that will help you add to your current stability. Because as I said before, you have the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Empress in the pre-shuffle. Your stability is pretty much very stable, very abundant right now. And the Three of Pentacles is just telling me, make sure you surround yourself with people that can help you continue with the abundance that you're already in. And don't get caught up in relationships, romantic relationships, or really any relationship at that does not serve you. Don't get caught up in relationships that don't serve you. But the biggest thing that I'm thinking of, and maybe because I know a lot of Pisceans, is that I just feel like these people want something serious with you, and you're kind of just like, ooh, get away from me. Is what I feel. That's what's been going through my head since this pre-shuffle. Because of that, it's like, I like you, but I do not want to commit to you. No, get away from me. So yeah, Pisces, that is your message. If any of this resonated with you, don't forget to hit the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe. That way you will know when I upload new video and audio to the podcast. Also, don't forget to share because sharing is caring. Thank you again for the support. Until next time, be blessed.